Generation Next, making sure you joining us out on Hangout Day. It doesn't get any bigger than this. In North Miami Beach, let me tell you, Marchand Park, it is going down, and we're here with one of the men that made sure that this was going to become a reality to the community. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
EJ Biggers of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's right, balling out on not only what he does on the football field, but more importantly, what he's doing off the football field. And we have a coach over here that has benefited today. Not only is he with the kids, but he's walking away here with, you're giving out food to families. You're talking about 15,000 pounds of food, man. It's just going down. That's an incredible thing to do. What was the thought process coming in here today? Saying, now we're only going to do a camp. We're going to feed the community as well.
It's something I found out at one of my ex-teammates' camps. Jean-gilles came out and he had a truck out here giving out free food, and I had to meet the lady, and she introduced me, and it's been great. I mean, like you say, 15,000 pounds of food for the community, and everybody's going home a winner today with something in their hands. So, like you said, we're just trying to do things in the community and just give back and get bigger and better every year.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, you coach on the youth level where it all starts from. Tell me, what's the feeling you get from a guy who's already been there? He's done the youth football thing, high school, college, to the pros, but still find time to come back to the community and do things like this.
I mean, it speaks volumes about his character, that he just hasn't made it and just said, okay, I made it. But he's thought about his community, where he's come from, where he grew up, and where he played football at as a kid, and come back and say, hey, I want to give a hand. Maybe he didn't have this when he was growing up, when he was playing, but, he decided to do something different, something good for the community, because we all need a hand, especially nowadays.
Absolutely. Well, you hear the music behind us. It's a big party, Hangout Day, man. If you missed it this year, hey, it's getting bigger and better. Make sure you join us here, hang out with all the NFL players and the coaches of the community right here on Generation Next. Continuing our coverage here at Marchand Park, it is only getting bigger and better. And of course, we want to talk about the heart of this. It wasn't just about football skills today and kids running drills. It's about the community impacting the community. And I'm standing next here to one of the directors of Giving Back and Feeding the Community. And let's go ahead and introduce the company in your first and last name.
Thank you so much. We're honored to be here today. My name is Sari Vatsky. I'm the Director of Partner Services at Feeding South Florida.
Now, how did this develop? You got these NFL guys that come out here. And of course, they do their thing on the football field, but they want to take time to come back and give back to the community. Explain the relationship of how you're impacting thousands of families today.
We're actually really excited about the relationship. It started through James Lee Foundation and Muck City Fest up in Belle Glade. And through the good work we did up there in his amazing football camp, EJ Biggers was there and saw our food distribution and saw the need in his community. And knowing what we do, got in touch with his people who contacted us and invited us out to help serve the city of North Miami Beach.
Oh, and it is awesome. Now, tell me this. What is the feeling that you get once you see a needy family come up here with a box of food and you see the excitement on their face that they can actually go home with something tangible that they can feed their families?
Gratitude. I feel gratitude, actually. I'm really thankful that I'm in a position and the organization is in a position to be able to do something about the need in the community.
Absolutely. Now, if we wanted more information about your company, to see what you're doing and the places you're impacting, is there a website or anything that we can make sure that we can help, or there's other companies that may want to partner with you as well?
There is. It's feedingsouthflorida.org, the state, and southflorida.org.
All right. Well, you heard it said. Let me tell you, it is bigger and better. You look over my shoulder. Families are filling up. They are taking food home thanks to these guys and Max Jean-gilles and a handful of NFL players right here on Generation Next. Continual coverage right here on Generation Next Youth Sports Network. It doesn't get better. Hangout Day is going down. Feeding the community, giving skills to the next level. Hey, not only today, but last night, one of the top celebrity basketball games. These youths are just getting it in over the weekend. We're talking about one of the big men in the league. Let's go ahead and let him introduce himself.
My name is Max Jean-gilles, baby.
Now, we talk about you coming here, man. This camp is getting bigger every year. I remember a couple years ago we was out with Drew, starting over at the park with maybe 100 to 150 kids. Then it grew to 300 kids. Now I can't even count them out today. You talk about not only you guys giving skill camps, but you talk about a whole celebrity weekend. You talk about giving the community. What does it mean to you that you look behind you and you're feeding kids and feeding families over 15,000 pounds of food?
I mean, I just do whatever my mom would do. She installed in me to always help somebody and need a hand. So for me to give back and change the community and change one person at one time, it's a blessing.
Now, if you had this, I don't know if you did, when you were in youth football and playing for the local football team, did you have NFL players coming back, doing camps, doing things of this nature?
I mean, I was too big to play optimist, but to look up to somebody, we didn't have any of that. We always wanted to have someone like that to come and talk to us, but for us to do this, it's a very positive impact on these young guys.
Now, what do you tell a kid right now who's watching this and he's saying, man, listen, I only want to play for football. I'm really not worried about my education. I'm not worried about having the character off the streets. What's the advice you give him, because it just wasn't your football skills to get you where you are today?
Life is not all about football. Life is about making decisions, and to have decisions, you got to have backup plans, because football isn't everything. You got to have book smarts. You got to have your education, and that's going to take you a long way. Books before anything.
You heard it here first. Big man Max putting it down, getting it in right here on Generation Nexxt. Hey, if you missed it this year, you do not want to mix. It is only going to get bigger and better right here on Generation Nexxt. Today is all about giving back to the community as we continue coverage right here at Giving Back, not only on the football field and skill levels, feeding families, doing so much. We talk about NFL players that take the time when they could be out on the clubs, they can be out on the beach. But you know what? They make the time for these kids, and this is no exception to the rule. Go ahead and introduce your first and last name, sir.
Dominique Harris.
And where'd you play your college football at?
Temple University.
All right, now Temple University, that's a school doing that thing. What position you play?
I play safety.
All right, now we talk about those things. Now, did you play youth football before getting into the NFL?
Yes, I've been playing since I was 8 years old.
And what football team did you play for back then?
The 4D Buccaneers.
Wow, 4D Buccaneers. Now, what's your advice to kids now that's playing out here, the North Miami Beach Sun Devils, the youth football communities down here? What's your advice about being a well-rounded person, not just a football player, but the things you'll have to do to, succeed in school and get to the level that you're at?
Well, I mean, school is most important, more than anything. Listening to your parents is definitely important, because obviously your parents brought you into the world. They want the best for you. And then getting out, having fun, and enjoying, what you do, whether it's sports, whether it's just outside playing with your friends and doing different things like that, just positive things and hanging around positive people will definitely get you where you want to be.
Absolutely. Now, how important is you to come back and spend your Saturday like this, giving back to the community, spending with your NFL peers and letting these kids see the example in person?
It's definitely important. It's definitely important. I love doing stuff like this, just to get to see the smiles on the kids' faces, and because it's really hard to, you see us on TV and you see us playing football, but you never get to see us in person, and it's great to get out here and actually give them a positive image and a positive message, So, and I didn't have it as I was growing up, in DC, and I wish I would have. Right. So now that I can give it to somebody else, it's great.
Hey, well, not only they're doing it big time. Let me tell you, Hangout Day, North Miami Beach is going down right here on Generation Nexxt. Man, continuing coverage like we said earlier, it's only getting bigger and better every year. And we talked to him earlier about, how you're giving back to the community, and we talked with the coach. But let's talk about what this event is really about and how you guys impact the kids on such an awesome level, not just from a football standpoint, but where they can see the people that they looking to on television now here in person.
I mean, I don't want them to think of me as a guy they see on television. I want them to see me as a guy that's come back to the community, that grew up in the same community, played on the same fields they did, that's just trying to get better each and every day. And I want those guys to do the same thing, just get better each and every day, listen to the parents, and get a great education, because, that's where it starts at. The football is secondhand. And just learn how to, like you said, respect people and come out here and have fun, man. That's what this day was all about, out here coming to have fun, and it was a hangout day. Everybody's out here hanging out still. From 8 o'clock this morning, parents brought their kids, man, and it's great. Great.
Now, not only you don't do this part-time, this is not just one day for you. We just talked about a team that just walked away over here. Say, that's my boys on the football team in the high school. Let's talk about your high school days and why you think it's important to instill your football skills and knowledge into these high school players as well.
The next generation is, that's our future. And if you're not doing anything for that next generation, to me, you're not doing anything. So, like I said, I'm at the high school all the time, and like I said, I'm just trying to do what's best for this community and this, like I said, this city.
So you keep up with them and during the year, they text you their scores, and you catch up with what these boys doing while you out there doing your thing?
Most definitely. This is the community, man. Like Jimmy said earlier, man, we need everybody to come out to the high school game, everybody to come out to the Little League games, because this is our community, and we're trying to, like I said, be a powerhouse of the county of Dade.
That's it. Let me tell you, all the talent come from South Florida. I don't care who you ask. Right here, it's going down 305-954. Hey, Hangout Day, you got to be here 2013 next year. I know I'm going to be right here eating produce, food over here. It's going down in a big way. Hey, we've been talking to a host of NFL players today, really giving back to the community beyond the game of football. Let me tell you, life lessons, feeding the community, it all happened at Hangout Day, and no exception here. Go ahead and introduce your first and last name.
Myron Lewis, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All All right, now over at the Buccaneers, man, you know, you come back here to South Florida, meet up with your boy EJ Biggers and Max and all these guys. Tell me, how does it feel coming back here, impacting these kids, the families, and just, you know, seeing the look on their faces when you're just giving them food and things of that nature?
Oh, it was great to come back and give back to the community because, you know, growing up, you know, guys like us, we never had the opportunity, you know, to be a part of something so big like this, and, you know, to be able to come back, give back to the community, see the smiles on the kids' faces, the parents' faces, be a positive influence on their lives, it's a blessing.
It's definitely a blessing. What's your advice to kids now in the youth football, high school? You know, they're just starting to feel their way out through the football and through balancing being an athlete as well. What's your advice on them just to give them that overall balanced successful recipe?
Well, I'll first of all say, you know, find somebody positive in their life and, you know, stick behind them because, you know, me growing up, I had 4 older brothers and, you know, I had somebody, you know, to follow after and be able to follow in their footsteps. So to find a positive influence, you know, listen to your parents, you know, keep God first, and, you know, everything will fall in hands.
Absolutely. Now, can we get an NFL Super Bowl guarantee this year?
You know, I can't predict the future, but, you know, I'd love to go to the Super Bowl, you know, with Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Absolutely. Well, you heard it here first, man. Maybe the Bucs going to be bringing home the Vince Lombardi this year. But if not, one thing is guaranteed, these guys are impacting South Florida in a positive way right here on Generation Next. Hey, continuing coverage right here all day on Generation Next. It is Hangout Day where it's beyond the game of football. It's about impacting the community, and what better way than have the beauty queens in South Florida make sure they can contribute and give back to the community as well. And your first and last name?
My name is Yadi Marie Truffin, and I'm Miss Miami Teen USA.
All right, now that's a big deal to be Miss Miami Teen USA. Now, how was the nerves going in this year with all the stiff competition, but you came out on top?
Well, I haven't competed yet. That was Miss Florida, but the teens will be competing in October.
All right, well, now, let me tell you, to do that, it takes a little bit more skills than just having a beautiful smile. You have to do things like this and give back to the community. How does it make you feel that you were able to give to families and give out food and gifts and those things of that nature?
Well, honestly, it makes me feel amazing. You know, everyone should be treated the same. You should help everyone out. We're all the same. We all have the same blood, and we're all just one big family if you really think about it.
Absolutely. And speaking of big families, hey, the beauty doesn't stop just over here. Your first and last name as well?
My name is Lauren Perez, and I'm your Miss Teen Hialeah USA.
All right. Now, we say the same thing. Today's an opportunity to do beyond just your civil duty of just being the queen of your local neighborhood, but also just being a part of the community. Tell me, how nice was it today that you give back to the kids and you just be a part of something so special?
Honestly, it was a really amazing experience. Getting to see all these little kids with a smile on their face when they walked away with a toy was honestly just a great impact on me and obviously on Yadi over here.
Well, guess what? These girls are in training one day to be Miss America and continue giving back to the community. They're on a great path to it. Guys, thank you for joining us at Generation Next Hangout Day. And let me tell you, I'm having fun hanging out. I don't know about you. Next year, don't miss it. Make sure you join us here right here on Generation Next.